In 1842, the burghers of Pilsen had constructed the Bürgerliches Brauhaus Pilsen, that brewery that we see right behind me. And they commissioned a Brew Master from Bavaria, Josef Groll, and he was commissioned to brew a dark beer, Bavarian-style beer, which was dark at the time. But he knew better. He brewed the first modern Pilsner-style beer. When Josef Groll came to Pilsen in 1842, he found one of the most modern breweries on earth. And that was the modern brew kettle. It was a square brew kettle, quite different from what we are using today. But he had the right ingredients. He had the soft water from Pilsen, he had the Saaz hops, and he had the palest malt that could be found in Europe at the time. Combined with a bottom fermenting yeast, this resulted in the beer that we now know as Pilsner beer. One key ingredient in modern beers, in all bottom fermenting beers, is the bottom fermenting yeast. Josef Groll brought some bottom fermenting yeast from Bavaria, and it's actually the same yeast strain that has later been isolated and kept in the brewery ever since and is used in production till today. Lager beer, and all Pilsens are lager beers, beers that are matured for a long time. Actually, they were matured in old wooden barrels, and they still do it just to demonstrate how beer was made in the old days. In fact, you wanted to have clear beer, and lagering means you store the beer till it gets clear. Well, this beer that we're here getting at the so-called pipa, well, it's very hazy, it's still hazy. You were waiting till the beer would be clear because the yeast would settle at the bottom, and then you had a more or less clear beer. Nowadays you do filtration, but that was like the beer was looking like in the days of Josef Groll. Cheers to him. There's also some yeastiness to the aroma. It's a very full-bodied beer, and it's kind of different to the Pilsner beers, the filtered Pilsner beers that you actually know when you buy a Pilsner beer.